My friend passed away today. My friend was found. My friend was found not breathing. Her name is Taylor Bruce. Her name is Taylor Bruce. And I love her so much. I wanted to tell a little story and share a couple things about Taylor. Taylor's sister, Jordan Bruce, grew up in our social circle in Michigan. So I've known the Bruce family since I was 16 and Jordan was 15. Fast forward to the summer of 2019 when I had just broken my brain the first time. My heart, my soul, and my brain broke at the same time. For those of you who have experienced a broken heart, know the sunken feeling in your chest that that heartbreak is, metaphorical, figurative, and literal. So you know that feeling of a broken heart. I attribute my first broken heart to my white eyebrow. What happened to your eyebrow? Why is it white? It used to be normal for 19 years, and then I suffered my first heartbreak. Imagine that same feeling happening to your heart, to your brain, and to your soul all at once. And that feeling is what sent me into UCLA's mental hospital the first time in November 2018, where I was admitted into the hospital and held there against my will for 9 days. And the doctor said Evan's brain is much like a broken leg. It's healing. And if you get off the meds, there's a very real chance that it's like it's trying to sprint with a healing leg. And it could break again, but worse. So a couple months later, we're into the beginning of 2019, and I got off my prescribed antipsychotics and mood stabilizers for my type 1 bipolar disorder. And I was taking psychedelics and party drugs and amphetamine, putting stuff up my nose that would be dissociative drugs, and mixing all these together and really rebonding and reconnecting with my friends I said goodbye to when I moved away the first time from Michigan to California. And one of these groups of friends was Jordan Bruce and her younger sister, Taylor Bruce. I'm a very much so misery loves company kind of person. Off my meds, still using and abusing, mixing copious amounts of psychedelics, hallucinogens, dissociatives, amphetamines. Mix that with some other not so extreme stuff like weed or whatever, smoking. You airheads out there who know what whippets are, we were doing whippets a lot to enhance the psychedelics and enhance the feeling of the other substances. I bonded with these sisters so strongly, and they bonded with me. They're my friends. And Jordan called me today with just the worst news, just terrible, terrible news. And Taylor is a mommy of 3 babies, 2 young men, and a brand new baby girl. X amount of years with one son, and then gives birth and does X amount of years with another son, and then she finally has a baby girl. I perform this trick a lot, this invisible duck trick. This is my favorite trick in the whole world, and this is primarily the trick you guys are gonna see me doing for the foreseeable future. And even when I was spiraling and trying to make sense of everything and get a grasp on like the universe and God, and I was just hell-bent on being able to prove that, God existed. And if anyone can prove that God exists, it's me. And, I have, the footage to prove it. And I have, the storytelling capabilities to prove it. I was just hell-bent on proving that God exists. I was like, WWE doesn't want me. This relationship has gone awry. Money is just disintegrated. I went from being agnostic to a believer, all on my own, with no one there to, like, help me understand that it makes way more sense for there to be a God than for there to not be a God. It makes way more sense that there is a sole creator of everything, and that none of this shit is, by accidents or happenstance or whatever. And I thought, if anyone can do it, I can do it. I have documented my life. I have footage of it. I found parallels between my life and biblical stories. I was just trying to make sense out of everything that was going wrong in my life. Having been someone who seemingly did everything right, or so I felt. I started to make up this interpretation of this evolution of the invisible deck, where basically the story is, everything happens for a reason, and, what do you believe in? Do you believe everything is just random, or is there no such thing as coincidence? But the problem was I was manic. I was gearing up, getting ready to go into the hospital for the second time, unbeknownst to me. I'm just, not taking my psych meds. I am connecting more with the universe, and if you talk to the universe talks back. Scary as that is. I've done this trick so many times since the age of 13 till the current age. I've done it with celebrities. I've done it with, guys, girls, kids, people who don't speak English. I've done it so much. And I performed this trick to Taylor. I gave my all for this performance for Taylor, because she'd been through a less than perfect life. And this is the only time I remember of doing the thousands of performances where I can remember the card she selected, and I'll never forget it. I don't know why. She picked the 8 of clubs. And the concept was, everything happens for a reason. Like, we had to go through all this shit to get to this moment in time. But before I went to the hospital, there was a day when Taylor called me, and she was in a bind. She was in trouble. She needed someone to come pick her up and get her out of whatever she was in, wherever she was in. And she called me. I drove manically. I'm going to get into a state of psychosis, a state of delusional paranoia, psychosis, losing touch with reality. It's called hypomania. And I may have been in full-blown, like, a mania episode at this time, or definitely, gearing up to that. And she called me, wanting me to come pick her up. I don't know if it was like 14 mile or 12 mile up to, 20 mile or wherever. She wasn't close. I was just there for her. And I also enabled her to, indulge in vices that could, subside the pain, make you high, make you, not just, we do our vices because we don't like what's going on with reality. So would we rather be sober, or would we rather be high? I'd rather be high, baby. So then I'm hospitalized a second time, this time 10 days against my will. This time there's no sunlight, just inside, no fresh air, just inside for 10 days with people having conversations with no one. Alone, conversations out loud, walking the halls. And I'm here trying to explain to the other patients, look at that butterfly. It's like pink right now. Okay, now let's go find the next pink thing. Okay, this thing's pink. Now what is it telling us to do? I had lost touch with reality. I had savior syndrome. From one of the fans said, "Oh, this guy's got savior syndrome." I told my doctor that too. I was like, "Hey doc, have you ever heard of savior syndrome? I don't know what it is, but it makes sense. I think I have it." And he's just like, "Okay." Fast forward to more so recently, I contact Taylor and say hi to her. This was at the tail end of last year, before I was getting ready to move into my own place. And I wanted to read some of the final messages that Taylor and I had together. Unbeknownst to me, she's been sober at this point for about 970 some odd days. And I'm still, not. And I'm here thinking, Okay, misery loves company. I'm going to be the best bad influence I can be, and, come on down and let's get high type of, that's where I was going. How are them boys of yours? And she said, yeah, I'm doing really good. I'm sure, I sure do miss you though. Well, I'm getting my own place in a month, and it'll just be me and Oscar, and I'll keep the door unlocked for you if for the day you decide a trip to Houston would be dope. I miss you deeply. And she liked that. She loved that comment. I miss you deeply. She said, I miss that little dude, and I get off probation in March. And I can't wait to travel, so I'm definitely taking you up on that offer. I always had so much fun whenever we hung out. And I said, 8C, like 8 of clubs. And she loved that comment. And I'm sorry to say, Jordan, but I said, you and I have more fun than your sister and I. I have more fun with you than I do with most people. What are you up to right now? And are you high? LOL, because I be getting high, baby. She said, I'm 2 years clean. I said, what are you doing up at 6:40 a.m. besides talking with my fat ass? And she said, I said, how high are you right now? And she said, sober. I'm on my way to work. And I was like, oh, you be driving and talking to little old me? And she said, yes. With a happy face surrounded by hearts. You make me feel special. He said, book a ticket. Sometime when it's cold in Michigan after probation is over, January, February, earlier, much earlier, with a tongue out emoji. He said, you're right, it definitely has to be soon. I've always wanted to go to an EDM music festival with you. Do they have those down there? I said, yeah, but we call it my bedroom and living room. So we can have our own festival to our own custom playlist. This is April 11th now. This is 13 days before I decided to check myself into Narcotics Anonymous and, start this little recovery journey. Hola, Taylor. How are you? And Mom and Sis. They're good. How are you? I said, doing better. Good. Closer and closer to better than excellent. I said, new baby? Question mark. With a heart eyes. And she said, yes, she's so precious. Glad you're doing well. A girl. Alas. Me too. Thank you so much. How long have you been clean for? 3+ years now? It's a relatively longer term goal of mine to get clean. That's why I ask. She said, 980 days, almost 3 years. If I can do it, you can do it. I promise. Best decision I've ever made. Hardest for sure, but absolutely worth it. I said, what's the replacement? It was just like, no weed, no Adderall, no. What's the replacement vice? She said, you make your recovery your own. I haven't touched a Xanax or an opiate, but I do have my crutches, I guess. I said, wow, 1,000 days in less than 3 weeks. Incredibly proud of you. Incredibly proud you ought to be. Yes, thanks so much. Heart emoji. I always wish the best for you and your family. Said Mom and Dad in Kermit and Michigan pretty much is where family lies. You can get everything back in time and get your shiz together, and the real ones will always be there. Gotta focus on you now. And I said, thank you for the words of motivation. I got my goal board back up on the wall for the first time since 2019. Love and blessings to everyone. Give Glenda a kiss for me. XOXO. Will do. And then a day after I checked into Narcotics Anonymous, that was April 24th, she messaged me on April 25th at like 8:40 in the morning. She said, you okay? I said, I'm doing better today, although I haven't slept, but I'm happy to be moving and grooving at this morning time. Um, I had a reminder go off on May 1st when she hit 1,000 days. Happy 1,000 days in of recovery to Taylor Bruce. I'm waking up to day 8 myself. I want to send a thanks for the inspiration. Keep it up, and I look forward to catching up with you, though by then you'll be at 1,992 days clean. I sent one last text message to Taylor just now. I said I love you and thank you for your friendship. Just gonna go on the record and say I dedicate my next 1,000 days to Taylor. Dim the lights a little bit and enjoy this song. That makes me think about her. I hope you guys enjoy it too. Thank you for being my friend, Taylor. Thank you for talking to me when no one else would. And reaching out to me when I needed it most. I love you so much. This song is called Demons by Jero, Sophia Bell, and Missane. This is a Missane remix. It's about someone basically just saying like, hey, I'm down for the ride, like do whatever the fuck you need to do to me, just fuck me up because I'm only in the, just fuck me up and I'll take it. And I'll love it. Just fuck me up, please. Just destroy me. Here we go.
reason?
Oh my god. I don't know about that one. Damn. And it's weird as shit. Because I definitely had, when you said pick a card, I immediately thought an ace of whatever, but then I was like, I'm gonna change it. And I almost changed it to the two of spades. Didn't. That's nuts.